Hello friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This is the 10th video of an Excel tutorial series, and here we'll be learning how to create an interactive map in Excel. So I already opened an Excel file which I have entitled interactive map aptly. And the first thing we'll be doing to be able to create an interactive map is to prepare some data, some tabular data, or you can call it grid. So this is it, composed of tables and rows, columns and rows. And so in this case, imagine you have a company and you have a list of your offices around the world and different countries and the corresponding number of employees in each country. Okay, so name of countries, number of employees in each country in those offices, as well as percentage of the total headcount, meaning let's say in the case of Australia, the number of employees in that country divided by the total. That gives you this percentage. Okay, so I have two sheets here, one called staff, which is for the employees, and the other for revenue income. So to do first is we already created a grid data, tabular data. Next thing you'll be doing is to click anywhere on this grid, on this tabular data, anywhere there. And then you click on insert, and then you click on maps, you drop it down, and then you click on field map. When you do that, it creates a world map for you, and you can stretch it as you will, as you like. And then in my case, I'm not making it too big because I am optimizing it for somebody viewing this from a mobile device, such as a cell phone. So you already have a world map. You can explore at your own comfort level or on your own sweet time, customizing the world map, the interactive chart or map. So let's just say title. You can double click here and you can edit this into something you prefer. Okay. So I've renamed the chart title, and then you can see it's interactive. Why? Because it primarily supplements the tabular data on the left, but it gives you a visualization of those values, of those numeric values. For anybody, manager or not, it is much easier and quicker for you to visualize, to imagine the numbers once you see it in a visual representation such as this one, right? Rather than looking at raw figures like this one. So if you look right now at the map, you can see that there's a legend on the right side of the chart, which is also a map. The legend it's labeled percentage of total, meaning the darkness or the lightness of the color or the hue is dependent on the numeric value of this percentage of total, which is this column over here. So if you can see in the values, the one that has the highest is Australia and actually India, right? So because it is a high value, it is shown in a dark hue of that color. And also the color scheme, it's something you can customize and you can explore this. But I'm just giving you the idea of how this thing works. Example, right now, if you look at the United States on the map, it is a very light shade of blue. So meaning the value, the percentage of total in that country is low. So if we will pump it up, the value from 200, I'll make it 20,000, just so you can see the effect. Then you will see it focus on US right now. Okay, you see the effect. So yes, Alaska is part of the US, it's one of the 50 states. So you can see that the darkness, the shade of the blue has become dark. That's interactive for you. See, so you can see it, that's the meaning of the legend here, meaning the darker it is, the higher the percentage. The lighter it is, then the lower the percentage. If we go to a second sheet over here, yeah, because in this imaginary example, you have a company wherein you're keeping track of your headcount across offices around, in different countries around the world. So the first sheet is focusing on the headcount around the world. The second sheet, revenue, is focusing on the revenues or income of your company. So the same thing you'll be doing is you will click anywhere on this tab, on this tabular data, anywhere, and then you click on insert, and then maps, drop it down, you click on field map. So even though it's a similar looking map, remember that you are talking about a different set of data altogether. Here, we're talking about the headcount, number of employees. On the other sheet, it's the same world map, but we're talking about a different set of data. We're talking about the revenue. So might as well, you can also rename this chart title to something more appropriate. It's up to you, actually. So again, it's interactive in the sense that as you change the values in real time, it will be reflected in the interactive map, which is also a chart. So there's also a legend there. It's the same map actually, but still under the underlying data, which is represented by this chart, is a different data. Where now we're talking about revenue. So let's just say, let's focus on Australia. And you can see it's a light shade here. And if I change this monthly revenue figures to something big, then you will see the dramatic change in the darkness of that color. If I make it something like this, okay, maybe something bigger. Okay, something much bigger than that, then you'll see. Okay, so you can see it's interactive. So in this example, in this demonstration, I've shown you how to create an interactive map in Excel by first starting with having some tabular data. It may even have just 2 columns. That would be enough because you have the first column is for the geographical information, which is already very, will be detected by this chart. And the second is the raw figure, the numeric value on which this chart representation is dependent on. Okay, so we've seen that here in 2 sheets. One is about staff, one is about revenue. So it's very easy. You pair the raw data, click anywhere on the grid, and then you go to insert, maps, and then field map. Okay, I do hope we have learned something new, some golden nuggets from this short and sweet video, still part of the Excel tutorial series. And if you haven't subscribed, please click on that subscribe button right now. And you can also tell your friends about this channel, because I have a couple of playlists in this channel, Excel, Windows tips and tricks, Notepad++, SQL, and regardless of the flavor, but if you want to focus on Oracle, it's also Oracle centric, can be, but it can also be something generic, as well as the serious fun with SQL, which is also dabbling on SQL, but giving it a different twist, because you can see what other possibilities that SQL can be used for in the industry. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.